In the mining industry, it is vital to know the structural integrity of the rock that is being mined. In a large-scale mining operation, a massive machine excavates the mine into sections. Every 20 feet of excavation, a roof bolter must install rebar in the roof of the mine to ensure that the roof is well supported. In order to optimize these rebar supports in the roof, the bolter must know what type of rock he is drilling into. It is very common that there are various different types of rock in a single mine. Within one borehole drilling, a rock can change from hard to soft, or even from one type of rock to another. Because of this, it is critical to be able to measure the type of rock within a borehole and understand the strength properties of that specific rock. Currently, there is no viable method of measuring the rock strength inside of these boreholes. Our team was challenged with designing a probe that could determine the strength of a rock inside a narrow, upward, dry borehole in an underground space. The particular specifications involved with the design of the probe included estimating the strength of the intact rock, measuring a force of 1,000 to 4,000 newtons, measuring the depth of the scratch being made, and fitting the probe inside a 2-inch wide, 10 to 30 foot deep borehole. The probe also needed to be light enough to be used by one person and designed so that it will not get stuck inside the borehole. As a design team, our journey started with a trip to Cyto Lab where our graduate assistant partner, Ali, had been testing different scratcher bit geometries on various rock samples. From this visit, we were able to gain a greater understanding of the task at hand and also begin to brainstorm what steps we needed to take in order to begin our design process. Our group was divided into 3 separate subdivisions, each designated to handle a different design aspect of the probe. Each week, our team held meetings in Hostler Building to present and discuss our latest designs. Throughout the design process, various drafts were made for each individual system as the specifications of the probe slightly changed from week to week. The electronics used to measure the force of the scratch and track the position of the probe within the borehole are made up of a laser mouse sensor and 8 strain gauges. The mouse sensor is very precise and allows repeatable measurement of different rock samples. When testing the sensor, we calibrated the settings to different rock surfaces to find the optimal settings for the specific types of rock. The sensor allows us to measure surfaces within an 8 mm range. With the laser sensor, we can measure the distance traveled by the probe within the borehole and use it to log the positions of the scratches. The full bridge strain gauges are used to measure the stress from the scratch head against the rock surface. We have calibrated the strain gauges by applying a load and measuring the value returned from the gauge design. The output of the strain is in millivolts and can be very small. We combat this by using an instrumentation amplifier to scale the voltage output for better use. The reading from the strain gauge is used to measure the force of the scratch. All data collected by the sensors are stored on a mini SD card using an SD card module. We log the data at 500 Hz as desired by our sponsor. We use a microcontroller, Teensy 3.1, to interface with all the electronic components. We chose this device because it fits the dimensional characteristics of the probe and has all the communication peripherals of the sensory devices. A real-time clock module was used to keep track of time. This way we can timestamp the data being collected. To wire all the components together, we used a multi-stranded PVC insulated cable. The cable runs from the laser sensor and the strain gauge at the cutting housing, through the springs and guide wheels, all the way to the electronic section of the probe. We used a multimeter continuity test to verify the electrical connections so we could properly test the components. The final design has the cutting head, displacement, and force measurement devices in one system. The force measurement uses 8 strain gauges to make 2 Wheatstone bridges on top of the cutting housing. A pair of guide wheels were added to either side of the cutting head to fix the depth of cut and allow for the cutting head to travel easily. The guide wheel housing is preloaded in the probe and operates like a scissor lift. When the force of the borehole pushes on the guide wheel, that force gets translated through the linkage arms, which compresses the springs. The wheel housings can withstand up to 250 pounds of force each. All the data recorded during operation gets sent to the electrical housing of the probe. This portion of the probe holds the CPU, battery, and SD module. These components can be removed to recharge the probe and extract the data. The overall length of this design is 32 inches. Extender rods can be attached to the back end of the probe to reach desired cutting depths.